Hey guys, welcome back to Contest Prep University. I'm Joe Klemczewski with Adam Atkinson. We're in the final episode of our Peaking Ladder series, and we did a whole series on just contest day management, Adam. So I want to hit some of those highlights because now that we've gone through all of those first 9 rungs of the ladder, we're at the very top. We're on contest day. We're going to be hitting the stage. Not only as a coach, but from a competitor perspective, what are you planning to see throughout that day? How should they wake up looking? How should they look after that first meal, second meal? What are you looking for, and what are you asking them to be aware of?
Biggest thing I'm looking for is, as long as we've looked how we would like to look most of the week, we're just looking for consistency. And we talked about this in the series. There's certain things that change that. Hair and makeup, waking up earlier, maybe just temperature of the venue that they're at. You might have a really cold venue and you're seeing no vascularity in somebody, but it doesn't necessarily mean they're behind on water. They might just be cold. So a lot of it comes down to environmental and also just that consistency. Looking for consistency, consistent trends that you've seen with the photos throughout the week. Another thing you have to contend with is now your competitors all of a sudden 4 or 5 shades darker than they normally are, which tends to, in most cases, make them not look as tight until they're under some of the brightest lighting you can find. So that's something to manage around as well during that show day. But, you know, managing those variables, understanding that they're there, and like we kind of ended the last one, not making knee-jerk reactions, more so asking questions and just being a good scientist and observing everything the client could possibly be going through on show day.
Yeah, and again, I try and prepare my clients to anticipate certain things. So when they wake up, I'll tell them, look, I want photos as soon as you wake up. And I expect you to be pretty flat. You know, we've seen those photos all week long, so you should look pretty much the same. But then you got to trust that with your first meal and, you know, however much water we have scheduled, you're going to start filling out a little bit. But we want to stay a little bit on that edge until we're getting close enough to the stage so we can increase water, potentially increase sodium. We're going to have some kind of a pump-up snack just to give you the energy to get pumped up and get on stage. But what I'm looking for, too, is going to be, you know, how close to that line are we? Do we really need to step on the pedal a little bit to increase fullness? So I might have them start increasing water an hour or so before their anticipated stage time. I know you're a big fan of making sure they've got enough sodium so that they can draw that water into the muscle cells. So these are all the things that are important to communicate, at least to me as a coach. And I think as a person, a competitor who's just kind of doing this on their own, you know, it's obviously harder without a second objective set of eyes on you, but these are also things that you have to trust along the way. You know, are you exactly where you should be? It's not a matter of waking up perfect and staying perfect. You're building into that stage appearance. And so I don't know, Adam, is there anything else that you tell them to really be on the lookout for?
You know, I think there's so many variables that can come up on show day, but I have a great example this weekend. I had a girl who just was not as tight as I thought she should have been. And I went through the entire playbook to make this client tighter, and nothing seemed to happen. I happened to have other competitors at that show, and I asked, is so-and-so just standing up all the time? Has she been walking around? Is she anxious? So my very last move was, I want you to lay down for 30 minutes, try to take a nap, set an alarm. I want you to send me pictures. And she looked money when she woke up.
Right,
She was just staying so active and antsy. She just needed to lay down and relax and let some of that lymphatic system get back into the vascular system. And she looked, you know, 5% better, which is that 5% I was after because I wanted her to look her best. And she felt she didn't look her best. So you definitely want to mitigate that.
And that is a huge point to end on right there, Adam, is that the coaching process is very active and should be engaging and should be a lot of two-way communication. I know that's not what a lot of experiences are from clients and their coaches, but That's where, you know, the game is played, so to speak. It's a game day, and that's the most important day. And there's got to be a lot of assessment and fine tuning. So I hope, guys, that this has helped. We at least wanted to create this framework. Adam had this great idea to make sure we had some kind of a visual representation of the peaking process, and foundationally, what are the most important steps, and then how do you build on top of that. So we're gonna put some more meat on the bones of this concept, the peaking ladder, and make sure you guys have some more content and even graphics for that. But again, Adam, thank you so much for being a part of this, being my partner in Contest Prep University. And thank you guys for watching and listening. We're going to get to work on our next series, so we will catch you in that one very soon.